On tonight's episode is Untitled Chapter. It's great, people.
Welcome to Pane of THRONES episode 2. I may not be on the Iron Throne, but I've got the Iron Glove. You can follow me at Panetta Sexy Time on Twitter, Kevin Panetta.
This is the Commodore at the Commodore.
I'm Patrick DeSandro, aka Tabris.
Guest appearance, you can follow me at Dr. Awesome.
Pat buys the beer.
I do buy the beer. Got the strong shit tonight.
This is Dragon's Milk, straight out of Daenerys' titties. So tonight's episode started with Daenerys talking with Varys.
Talking about Varys, I don't know, good scene. Like the whole bit about he basically showed some balls for a eunuch. He had the whole bit on, I have my eyes, I use my eyes, you were talking about that. Okay, yeah, call me out if I start doing crappy shit.
She obviously isn't too familiar with the politics of Westeros quite yet. She was very informed, but she doesn't understand how it's played. He has a common destiny like them. She had to make him prove himself, pretty much.
Yeah, because he's backstabbed people in the past, so of course he's got to prove himself.
He backstabbed people just so he could have her where she is today.
Yeah,
she has to make sure that she knows where his alliances lie.
If
that she can trust him.
If you know someone's a backstabber, it doesn't matter how benevolent their actions are. I mean, that's the thing. And it's hard to trust that person.
Well, her dragon panties were dripping with fire when he said, "My loyalty's to the people." She loved that since she used to break her chains.
We've seen this before that, there's enough people that, okay, Tyrion's really smart. He's given her advice. And she's listened, and sometimes she's not listened. And sometimes she's let loose dragons to burn up a bunch of ships at the end of a season. It shows that, okay, when things come down, she is more than just her advisor. She is the leader. She can be a queen.
Well, I liked what the Queen of Thorns said about that, too. Like, are you a sheep or a dragon? Kind of was pushing her buttons there.
I think she's already shown she's a dragon when all's said and done. Well, she spent all that time across the sea playing politics and trying to be nice and trying to learn to rule properly and be a good leader, but when all things were said and done, she had to bring out a show of force. I think we might have to see that again this season.
So how long do you think her team up with the Dornish people and the Theon Greyjoy is going to last?
She has such more of an army, even if
You're supposed to cut me off there because they got fucked up at the end by Euron. That was a setup.
Sorry. You didn't tell me that. How am I supposed to?
No, did you watch the show? I asked you a question, you didn't answer it.
He was baiting you, damn it!
You were just waiting to hear yourself talk.
Alright, delete that. Delete.
That was good. Answer the question.
Yeah.
Control-Alt-Delete.
What was the question again? Listen, the ending scene is really fucking poetic. I love it. Theon, he's one of my favorite characters because you don't know if he's good or bad. He makes decisions like a human. He really does. He's like, I don't know if I want to. That's not good for myself. He thinks about himself.
And he likes Theon's decision this episode because as we all know about Jake, he's a dickless coward. And that's basically what Theon is, this word.
Exactly.
Word. I doubt that's
he
what's going to happen.
He thought more about the people and the land and about what's going to go on.
He cared about his own skin.
No, but Yara is not loyal. Like, she was just a bitch to Theon. The whole, she's like, oh yeah.
This episode already, she was talking about, he's not your servant. You can't talk to him that way. She was speaking him up a bit. He's her brother now.
A little bit.
They made up.
An Iron Ninja.
Yeah, what do you think of Melisandre coming and meeting Daenerys and telling him about the greatness of Jon Snow? The King of the North!
King of the North.
The moral of that scene was Jon Snow needs to put the D in Daenerys.
Right now, she's just a Daenerys.
What I think is going on with Melisandre is that she's getting better with interpreting what she sees in the flames. I think the true moral of what happened with her and Shireen, based on previous episodes, I think Melisandre saw a girl burning in the flames, but it wasn't Shireen. She thought it was Shireen. That's how she interpreted it. Last week, the Hound, how he saw in the flames, he just saw bits and pieces of stuff. She probably saw a girl burning in the flames. That wasn't Shireen. That was Daenerys. And now she knows that she like she said, she messed up.
Here we
To
go.
Jake not having a penis.
You know, that's a good segue to, this is like the all-time MVP Eunuch episode. Varys showing balls to Daenerys. Grey Worm getting Missandei naked. I mean,
Missandei is the hottest girl in the show.
damn straight.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many times have I said that? Dear
Too
God.
many times.
Right?
Blows Daenerys
Enough-
out of
enough that it
water,
gets annoying,
blows
right?
Sansa out of water, but Sansa's eyes, once again, the best. When did her eyes become the best, better than like fucking stars in the fucking sky?
I know, it's great.
Amazing, dude. Like, are the contacts this year? Or was she always that hot? I just didn't see it.
Talk
Her
about-
eyes like shine like.
Before we talk about the Greyjoy
Shine like
War,
diamond.
let's talk about Littlefinger and Jon Snow and the crypt.
Oh, when he
That was a
shoots-
great scene.
when
That was
almost Darth-
great.
Had
Yeah,
his
when
Ned
Darth
Stark
Vader
moment.
choked him. He force choked him. That was awesome.
I just love his
He
freaking
found his
speech.
lack
Oh.
of faith disturbing.
He's just had that moment. He's like, oh, you know, you've got all these enemies. I am not your enemy, Johnson. Bull fucking shit. Before he choked him out like that, he was already his biggest enemy. I mean, we know Littlefinger's opportunistic. We knew that already. We know he's got his schemes. And even though other shit is going down, like you saw how worried he was when he saw Daenerys is coming back, and then how happy he looked when, oh my god, I'm leaving and I'm putting Sansa in charge. He's got his play coming. But beyond all that, dear God, right now Littlefinger's biggest enemy is Jon.
It's probably his only enemy. He could team up with whoever he wanted, to be
God,
honest.
Yeah. No, that's just how it
Who's
is.
episode MVP?
No, I'm going on Missandei.
Alright.
Come on,
Okay.
that scene was awesome.
For my MVP, I gotta go with an underdog here. I'm gonna go Varys.
Nice.
Varys is my MVP.
To Varys.
Who do you got, Jake?
Who do you think?
I don't know.
I
Theon.
know
Euron
your fucking
Greyjoy.
choice. Oh, Euron? I thought you said your MVP was Theon.
He killed like 20 people. I mean, like 2 of them were girls, but he killed like 20 people.
I don't know. They weren't girls. They were women.
Killed Colleen Wing and the frickin' Hot Sand. I really wanted her to meet up with Bronn later, and that's not gonna happen now. I can't believe it. I wasn't seeing that clash coming.
Who's your
No, the Hot Sand. She got
Choked out.
imprisoned. No, she didn't.
Wait, guys, can we all drink for the dead sand
no, the
sisters?
girl
The
that
Dread Dead Sand Sisters.
Holly
the dead
Wing and then
sand.
Bronze girl, Dead Tits. God bless
The
you.
the
Dead
girl that
Sands.
Bronn was talking to is Ilaria Sand's daughter that got captured with her.
No, that was someone else. That was the really young.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
I'll bet you $20.
And my
Listen,
MVP is damn, this is tough. I could go
Good
Jon
episode.
Snow. I can go Missandei. I can go.
I wouldn't go Jon Snow. He's got some good lines.
I can go
but-
Daenerys too and Varys. It's between the 4 of them. Fuck.
Aye.
I'll give it to Missandei. I'll give it to Missandei.
MVP?
Yeah, Missandei. It paused on her too. It like froze. We had to look at her naked for about 20
Yeah.
minutes.
Oh, how long was it?
He was
buffering?
crying about it. I'm like, it's okay, Jake.
Yeah, that whole freaking scene froze for. It was.
But no.
It was at least 10 minutes. It was stuck in her butt. It was stuck in her boobs. It was just. It was like the gods wanted us just to stare
There's
at her
nothing
naked
about
for
her.
longer.
It's nothing about her body. It was all her acting. Her
I
eyes.
still want to see Grey
The way
Worm's
she
movie.
emoted her eyes, that when she was still in love with a man without a penis, it was beautiful acting. It brought a tear to my eye. So who's your least valuable player, Pat?
I'm gonna go with Theon jumping over the damn boat.
My least valuable player this episode, if I'm gonna say anyone other than Theon,
You don't have to say anybody
pick
other than
Theon.
Theon.
I'm gonna
Be
go with Jamie
consensus.
Lannister.
Yeah, you didn't do
Jamie
much.
really didn't do much this episode.
You talked.
Theon was my least
He
valuable
kind of
player,
convinced
too.
Lord Randall Tarley though a little bit. Like he's like, oh, do you want the world to be? You want to bow down to like eunuchs and fucking Dothraki?
If they're gonna
and
pull on girls
Unsullied?
like Missandei, yes, I'll bow down to eunuchs. Coward.
Not marry a sand. That makes sense.
Oh, so we all agree that's the prize that Euron Greyjoy is bringing back to Cersei is Elenia Sand
Yeah.
for killing the daughter.
Yeah.
Here's the bitch that killed
Alaria.
your daughter.
Alaria, yeah.
Alaria.
Alaria Sand.
All right, so we kind of have it already, but Eunuch MVP. It's got to be official. Kev, start us off.
Grey Worm.
Gonna have to go Grey Worm too. I mean, Varys had some balls this episode, but
Varys was my episode MVP, but Grey Worm is the Eunuch MVP.
Who are you taking, Jake?
Probably Varys, but
You picked Theon as your MVP. Are you taking Varys?
He said Euron.
Euron was his MVP.
Euron was my
almost his
MVP.
MVP.
But I just like Theon's decision because I don't like Yara.
You're a ridiculous coward.
It's true.
He was finally growing some balls back, and then,
can't.
back to the wall, he jumps off the fucking
Well, he
boat.
technically can't grow balls.
That was intentional, damn it.
Shit.
He might.
Sansa would let him come back with Jon.
Do you think Jon Snow would let Theon back?
Yes, because of Sansa.
Yeah, because of Sansa.
I was gonna say,
Sansa's in
Theon.
charge right now. Jon's not there.
More likely he's going to be there when Jon Snow is a Dragonstone. And what are you suggesting is going to happen here? Sansa's going to wake up one day and just decide to write her cousin her brother.
No, listen.
And say, "Oh, hey, Jon Snow, I'm just waking up today, and I thought I would tell you that, Theon actually saved me once, and blah, 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 blah. I've got no reason to tell you this, but, if you happen to come across him in your travels, don't, cut his dick off again." Something else we got to bring up is, Jon Snow going to Dragonstone. What do we exactly think is going to come from that?
Full penetration.
Is he going to bend the knee? Is he going to refuse to bend the knee? Is that going to be a problem? Is she going to insist that on their first meeting? Or, again, that's a big thing that's going to happen next episode. We're pretty certain of that. How do you think it's going to go?
Full penetration.
Jon wants.
Full penetration.
Daenerys wants.
Full penetration.
Alright, so important question. When Jon Snow meets Daenerys,
Full penetration.
is Dolph Lundgren going to be Jon Snow's stunt cock for the scene when they fuck?
Yes.
full penetration.
He's the only one allowed to do full penetration in non-pornographic material.
I only know 2 words. Full penetration.
Okay, that's enough out of you.
Wait. Shout out to Spiggs. He names me Kevin Penetration.
Who's Spiggs?
Who's Spiggs? Spiggs knows who Spiggs
Shout out to
is.
Spiggs! Who's Spiggs?
Full penetration. Alright guys, so how would we rate this episode? 1 to 10, starting with Pat, going whatever this way
Starting with me.
is. Counter
I'll give it an 8. It was definitely good. It was definitely one of the better episodes. Maybe not one of the best episodes, but give it a solid 8.
The Commodore, how would you rate this episode, you little bitch?
Who the Commodore?
11. Greyjoy's my favorite house. I just love to see the battle between them. It was awesome. I love it.
He had it as a 10 until Theon pushed out over the edge of the boat, and then he's like, oh my god, that's the sexiest thing I've ever seen. That was sexier than Missandei being naked. I mean, 11 now. Here we go. To Cowardly Eunuchs.
Cowardly Eunuchs.
In our statistics, that counts as a 10, not an 11.
I'm gonna go with a 7 plus pi.
Hot pie.
7 plus 3.14159.
A hot
to infinity.
3.19. Wait. How do you do 0.3 point?
That's right.
Okay, Kev, what would you rate this
I'll
episode?
give it a 7.1. Very good episode, but I just need a little more. A little more.
From what?
From everything.
They covered
Your
so many
stuff in-
characters.
I think you've got a really short-term memory on. You keep talking like, oh, this was the sexiest episode. Like, there have been some sexy
You're also a
fucking
very
episodes.
easy judge.
This is the best episode
This
ever. I'm like,
episode
have
would-
you forgotten season
Jake,
6 episode?
Jake,
10?
this
Come
episode
on.
was a cock block. A lot of teases and no payoff until the end. I needed more.
No, but listen,
I needed my dick was hard, but
it's
it didn't.
the best second
nothing
episode of
came
any
out.
season.
Yeah, it's the best second episode, but
That's why second
Again,
episodes are
things
rated
are
6
going
to
to-
8, not a 10.
it's going to be a fast-paced season. Shit's going to happen quicker. A lot of the early episodes are going
Listen,
to be badass.
I loved the second episode of last season too.
I love
thought
this
it was great.
episode. I had a great time watching. It was great.
Yeah.
It was at least a 9.
I gave it
My
at
name is
least a
Littlefinger,
big
and
for
I
a
have to
second
have a
episode.
cocky, shit-eating grin.
Littlefinger's shady and grin.
Yeah, I do that every week, I think.
Always there.
Varys' smirk.
And if you want to see Varys'
I like this little bow at, you've shown up at
if you want to see Varys'
time.
dick, look right there.
There you go.
Nothing.
Nothing. My name is Dr. Awesome, and this week's shameless plug goes to Omagong, Game of Thrones, Bend the Knee.
Bend the knee!
Omagong, shameless plug.